Hey everybody, welcome to Pixel Junkies, sort of a special, sort of a talking about hybrid special. And as you can see, we're playing GTA 5.
So, let's preface this by saying spoilers.
Yeah, massive
Super spoilers. If you're interested in the story at all, don't watch this before you finish it, because we're spoiling the frig out of it.
This is, super spoiler, whatever, special.
We have it flash on the screen. Super mega spoilers. All right.
There you go. All right, so yeah, we've talked about that. So me and Andrew have both finished the game.
Jordan has not, which is why he's not here.
Yeah, so we're gonna just talk about the spoilers while the story and whatnot, and all the things we like about it and don't like, and then play the game while we're doing it. So
we're not playing the story mode. We're just dicking around in it.
Yeah, because I'm already playing this game's already finished on this profile. So so where do we start?
What did you think of Grand Theft Auto 5?
Oh, that was fantastic.
You've been waiting for it for like
a lot of years.
When did GTA 4 come out?
2008.
2008.
Yeah.
So that's like years.
Yeah, 5 years.
There you go.
Yeah, it's been 5 years. It probably took me, I don't know. Back when GTA 4 came out, I didn't realize how awesome it was going to be. I really liked 4. I don't think a lot of people did.
I liked 4. I loved 4.
And it lacked in a lot of things, though. Like, it didn't really have, like, the, what is this? Got some text message. It didn't really have a lot of customization. You really couldn't do a bunch with Nico. There weren't very many places to buy. Like, you couldn't buy a lot of properties, or any properties, really.
I thought Nico was a very well thought out character.
It was a great story.
I like I think some parts of the story were not as good as other parts, but they made up for that with the expansion packs and had them all tie together in a nice bundle. The complete edition of GTA 4 was fantastic, and this game felt a lot like that.
Story-wise, yeah, but it also had a lot more layers, because it felt more like a traditional GTA game, where it's like, what do I do next? There's 100 things I could do next, whereas in the last game it was sort of just the main story.
Yeah.
And I think it actually, like, the developers realized that as well, because there were more missions in the last game. In this one, there weren't as many missions, because there were, like, side missions and other mini games and all like other random shit you could do.
How many main missions in GTA 4? Do you know?
89.
89
Yeah.
Main missions, like
main story missions.
Letter on the map story missions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh shit.
And in this one, there's like
69.
69.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So it was a longer game, the last one. By story-wise.
Yeah, but you're leaving out all the freaks and strangers and freaks missions in this one.
Yeah.
With all those missions added to it, it's in the hundreds.
I'm just counting like the story missions. It's like Fallout 3.
100.
If you include, there's about 150 missions in this game, maybe 160. But if you're talking about like Fallout 3, it's like if you do all the side missions and the shit, it takes a long time to beat the game. Whereas if you do only the story missions, you can beat it in like an hour.
Yeah.
So it varies depending on what your priorities are. Some people are a bit completionists. So hey, look, it's a guy on a bike.
Run him down.
Yeah.
That was violent.
He scratched my car. Yeah, I forget what I was talking about, but whatever. So there's a whole bunch of shit that you can do in this game.
Tons of shit.
Apart from the story, all of which I've at least attempted. And you can play golf, you can play tennis, you can fucking... There's a couple things I was a bit disappointed about.
Well, before we get into the things we don't like about this game, let's talk about what we do like.
Well, the story was fantastic.
Yeah, the story in this game felt like you were playing episodes of a really fantastic TV show.
Yeah.
It felt like Breaking Bad, or it felt like The Wire, or The Sopranos or something. Not in the traditional gangster storyline sense, but every mission felt like its own contained thing, but they also all tied together in a very nice way. And having the 3 different characters worked very well in the storyline's favor. Because you've got 3 very contrasting characters, but they also complement each other extremely well.
Which I think was a big risk for Rockstars' sake.
Absolutely.
But they did a fantastic job.
I mean, they tried that with the Liberty City, the episodes from Liberty City.
Yeah, you can see where they got it from.
With Johnny and Luis.
Luis, yeah.
Because they all tied together at that diamond mission in GTA 4, which was pretty cool.
These guys get really pissed when you take one of their vehicles.
Do they?
Yeah, I thought, like in a lot of the other races, you go there and you get into a car, but in this you're literally just supposed to press right on the D-pad. I didn't realize that when I first started it. So when you get into a car, they get really mad. Hurry up! Hurry up! Hurry up! Oh. Well, I'm gonna get in trouble now. Well, hey, just get in. Just get in. Oh, I'm gonna die.
He has slow motion.
Yeah, with guns.
Yeah, so pull out a gun and kill them all.
Oh, that's cop shit. He's after me.
Just take his car.
Nope.
Jump. Yeah, you're dead. Oh, wow. You didn't die.
No,
Have you fallen from a very high up height and died in this game?
I've fallen from a very low height and died in this.
Oh. I'm talking like jump off a building and die. There you go.
Yeah.
Look at that. That is violent as hell.
The cool thing about this is all those areas where he's cut will bruise, and then you'll see that, like, if you were still playing the story, you'll see that they'll scar and then eventually heal. I remember one mission I was doing with Franklin, he cut his cheek, and then, like, in the next cutscene, it was like a close-up of his face. You could see this real swell, bruise, scab thing that he had on his face. So I was like, it's healing. It's like,
I don't think I ever saw that in my game, but that sounds cool.
He had a really large bump on his cheek. Like, it was clearly not normal. And it's dark now, so the video is going to be super dark.
It's okay.
Yeah. How about we just do this? Okay, so
you start off the game playing as Michael here.
Yeah.
And then you switch to Trevor in that heist at the start of the prologue.
At the very beginning.
Yeah. And then it goes 9 years later, and you're playing as a completely different guy, Franklin, who's the guy trying to get out of the hood, right?
Yeah.
He's like the anti-CJ.
Yeah, kind of. A little bit.
He's CJ if he was
poop.
Not CJ. I don't know what I'm saying.
He doesn't like the lifestyle that he's been brought up into, so he's trying to get out of it, but still wants to make a bit of money so he can sort of be on his own.
Yeah. I love how they are all introduced to each other.
Yeah, they're not like, here's all 3 characters.
Yeah.
They have their, I think you don't really meet Trevor again for like another 2 or 3 hours a game. And then it's
Trevor's introduction, like not the prologue introduction, but his main introduction.
Yeah.
Is probably the most. Yeah, I'm looking for the right word.
Badass. That's very like.
I don't know if badass is the right word. I mean, crazy introduction ever. Just switch to Trevor.
Fine.
This is how you switch. It's
So
pretty cool.
you hold down on the D-pad, then you can switch to any of the characters.
But anybody watching this video already knows that.
Yeah. If you didn't know that, then you're not very interested in GTA.
You're just like, whatever.
What is this game? What is this Grand Theft Auto?
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet. That's gross.
That's Trevor.
Yeah. Oh, so he has that bail bond mission still to do. I didn't do all those. Put on a shirt or something. What can he wear?
I go white shirt and jeans.
Full camo.
Usually.
Full camo.
Anyway, when they introduce Johnny, like they show him fucking what's her name? Do you remember her name from Lost and Damned? Johnny's girlfriend?
No.
Or not girlfriend, but ex-girlfriend, and there's some weird romance going on between them. He's like, whatever. Anyway, in this game, apparently Johnny got back together with her and became a meth head. And Trevor here is the dealer, so they're like, well, Johnny's a little bitch now, so let's have Trevor stomp his face to the ground.
Yeah. Yeah,
so Johnny dies, which...
Immediately.
Johnny was one of my favorite characters in the past game. In the last game.
Yeah.
So that was kind of hard to watch, because I really liked that character, and, you know... I didn't like Trevor at first because he did that, but he definitely grew on me, because he's such a ridiculously insane character.
Yeah, they're all actually really cool characters. I wouldn't be able to pick a favorite if you asked me.
No.
They're all cool for different reasons.
I think Michael's my favorite because they did... He's an entirely new direction for the GTA series. Franklin's character type, you know, I don't want to say, you know, gangster, because that doesn't really define him, but, you know, the character that does what he needs to do to you know, to change his life, all that's been visited before in GTA. Even in, you know, Nico had a bit of that in him, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of that in him. And then Trevor here, that's you know, the older games. That's you know, GTA 3 and back, where it's just you're blowing shit up for the sake of blowing shit up. You're making trouble for the man. You're, you know.
Well, it sort of gave everybody...
Apparently I'm some 70s hipster dude now. The man. Fuck the man. You know what I'm saying, though?
It gave everyone a different sort of flavor. I mean, I wish there was a female lead, but... Yeah,
female lead, I think, would mix things up a nice bit. We'll talk about that a little later. But Michael had something different. He was already established. He was already an established criminal, and he's got a family, and none of the past GTAs have that certain emotional connection that Michael does. Even though he kind of hates his family and he hates where he is in his life,
yeah,
there's something different about his character, and it brings something new to the series. I thought that was really cool, and I think because of that, he's my favorite character in this game right now, which is not to say I don't like the other characters. It's just interesting playing as Michael.
I think he is sort of the main character.
I think he is, because the story really revolves around him.
Yeah.
Even though Trevor is in the game just as much as he is, the storyline really revolves around Michael and his family troubles.
Yeah.
I noticed you didn't finish all your therapy missions.
Nope.
Why not?
Didn't bother.
Oh. Because they're some of the best parts.
I'll eventually get to it. I just wanted to 100% the game.
I was gonna say something cool about... I'm gonna ask you a question about that, but I don't want to spoil it for you.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I haven't done absolutely everything in the game. I just did enough to 100% it, and then now I'm gonna go finish all the other things.
Yeah, I think the therapy missions are some of the coolest parts, because you're given decisions, not decisions, but an option to answer a certain way or another in the missions.
Yeah. When
he asks you a question, you can either accept his advice or reject it. And I don't know if that has any effect on Michael's character. Like, at the end of your game, did Michael say he still hated himself? Do you remember? In the last cutscene?
I don't know. I don't really remember.
Oh. In my game, he did, but I had answered the questions in a certain way that he had basically told the therapist, yeah, I do hate myself. So I wasn't sure if that affects how Michael is in the rest of the game or not.
I don't think it does.
No, I wouldn't say it does. Just curious.
Have you played any of the missions towards the end of the game? And this is mega spoilers, where you have the options to kill either of the characters, Michael or Trevor. Have you played any of those alternate missions?
No, I haven't.
Oh, definitely do those.
Yeah?
Yeah, the Trevor. I only did the Trevor one recently, and I'm gonna do the Michael one soon as well. But the Trevor one is pretty brutal.
I would think the Michael one is really sad.
Probably.
I would say he dies in a way that would, like, if you were emotionally attached to the character, you would probably be sad. Probably bring a tear to your eye. That's how I would make him go out anyway.
The hell is that going? Just fired a rocket and I went like, I don't know if they're heat, whatever. I think it is. That's kind of cool because in the last game it wasn't. Where are they? Above me or below?
So gameplay-wise, we talked about the story. Gameplay-wise, improvement on GTA 4?
Oh, massive.
Massive? In what ways?
They just refined a lot of things. A lot of the new mechanics, they were weird at first because I was sort of expecting GTA 4. But the driving has been tightened up a lot. The flying mechanics have been changed a lot. Now, one of the big issues with that is turbulence in helicopters and planes. And it doesn't really make a difference in what you're doing. There's always a lot of roll, and
I really do think they need to tone it down a little bit.
Yeah, it gets a little bit annoying, and especially weird at first because the first time I actually flew a helicopter was when I was doing the flight school missions, and you kind of need to know what you're at in order to do those. So it was a bit odd. And
I like the shooting.
Yeah,
the shooting's really good.
I'm not a huge fan of the shooting.
No?
I find the auto lock is sporadic.
Really?
Yeah, I found when I was doing a lot of the shooting range missions, and even the actual game, it's like you click the trigger and then the where you're aiming is completely different than where it was aiming. It sort of just snaps to a different spot, so you kind of gotta adjust again.
Oh.
Just a little bit. It's not a huge problem.
You're right. That does happen. I thought you were talking about auto aim to the not auto aim, but the snap to targeting to different targets.
Yeah.
Because I found that I wouldn't have done nearly as well through the game if that wasn't there.
Oh yeah,
right?
no.
I think the missions would be next to impossible with the free aim.
It does work sometimes, but it doesn't work. Oh, my helicopter is losing altitude. Okay. I'm fucked.
So you have issues with the shooting?
Yeah, I'm not huge on the auto aim. It wasn't a big problem really, but I mean it's way better than the last game was. The last game had serious mechanic problems when it came to shooting.
Yeah.
The cover system wasn't great, and the shooting mechanics were very loose and flimsy. It felt like. So I mean it's way better than the last game was. But and as far as a lot of people said the last game size wise was big enough. I think this game is big enough. I think any bigger and it would just get frustrating.
Yes.
Because a lot of the missions later on is drive to the other side of the map, and then you get there and it's no, you got to drive back to the other side of the map.
Do you find that even though this map is 3 times the size of San Andreas,
still feels small?
It feels smaller than San Andreas?
Yeah.
Do you find that?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
It's weird.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what does that. I don't know why it does that.
Expectation.
I suppose.
Probably expectation. Just because I don't know what it is about. It's probably just the memory, really.
You're right. If we were to play San Andreas, compare the two.
Well, yeah, obviously that San Andreas would feel smaller. I think it's probably just the scale. There's a lot of games in my childhood that I remember being amazing, and then you go back and play them now. It's they're nowhere near the same effect.
Yeah.
So it's obviously just the memory that does it. But I mean, This game is still very big. It's probably just because there's not as many islands. Or just because it's one big island that gets smaller. Fucking cops. And the cops in this game, they're much smarter. They're still apocalyptically stupid at times, but their tactics to stop you are much better. And the evasion system is a lot better as well. Which I'm glad they improved on, because for a number of years there, back with 3, Vice, and San An, the system sucked ass. But,
no, it's good.
Yeah. They spent a lot more time on the cars now as well. Which is good, because it's called Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
There's like a car in the freaking name of it.
So, compared to GTA 4, how do you feel about the driving mechanics?
I think they're... I like the way 4 felt. And this game feels different. It feels more like a arcadey racer a little bit. So it doesn't have that same sort of looseness, but
so it's not as realistic? Because GTA 4 was pretty realistic.
It was
in
pretty
its
realistic,
handling.
Yeah. But I think, and I think we talked about this before, for some of the missions that you're required to do, and some of the elements that the game has in it, you sort of need the mechanics to be like that in order for it to work.
Yeah.
I think if it had GTA 4 handling, it would be significantly harder to do. And I don't think it would play as well. It'd just be more of a frustration than it would be enjoyment. So it's kind of good in that respect that they changed it. But
do you use Franklin's ability to slow down the driving a lot?
No.
Oh. I use it almost all the time.
Yeah?
Yeah, I use it a lot.
No, the only reason I used it was because it was mission requirements to get a gold medal.
Oh.
And, yeah, so that's the only reason that I used it. Other than that, actually, for Invincible Net. I guess I'm not going anywhere now. Should have bought armor.
You're dead.
Yeah, I'm dead. But, yeah, I didn't use any of that. Not a huge fan of the medaling system either. Obviously, they got the idea from Ballad of Gay Tony. Which is a little bit better this time.
The ranking system?
Yeah, for like, you know, you did this mission
I guess we're getting into parts we don't like. That's probably my most hated part about this game. The ranking system. Yeah, it's the reason I don't like the Assassin's Creed mission system. Because you're not necessarily punished for doing your own thing, but the game's kind of telling you shouldn't be doing your own thing.
Yeah.
Like, I understand you're supposed to go through it once and then, you know, play it your way and then go back and do it all, whatever. But I don't really want to play through it again for the sake of getting the medal. So if I'm going to play through it again, it's going to be because I want to experience the story again and I want to play it the way I want to play it. Right?
Yeah.
GTA 4, except for Ballad of Gay Tony, GTA 4 didn't have that shit. And I played through that game like 6 times.
Yeah.
Because I really enjoyed the story and, you know, the city and all that, characters, whatever, and the gameplay.
Well, I don't really mind it in this game because one, it's not a requirement for 100%. You don't need to get any gold medals at all to finish the game.
No. And
they're sort of like, other than the one achievement that does require you getting 70 of them, they're sort of like mini achievements in their own right, because it kind of gives you a little bit more replay value to go back and be like, oh, I'm going to do it differently because you can do this in the mission. I didn't realize you could do that. So I'm going to do that in the mission now, and then I'll get a gold medal for it. The biggest problem I have with gold medals in the game, a lot of them are timed. So it's like, do the mission in 5 minutes. So yeah, that's kind of stupid.
That's really dumb.
There are some missions that
I know a few missions I've done. I've been flat out the whole mission and I don't hit that requirement at the end. And it's like, what the hell? How are you supposed to do that faster than what I just did it?
Yeah.
What about the damage?
Car's a lot more durable than in the last game. I like the fact that you could mutilate cars in the last game.
Yeah.
You still can, but it takes a lot more to do it. Like, you know, like wrapping cars around trees now. It doesn't actually do a whole lot. Like if I T-bone that guy, like, the car's a bit damaged, but it's not. In the last game, the whole front end of the car would have been like pushed in.
Yeah.
And
Those are the first things I noticed. You can break off wheels in this one, though.
Yeah, and
that's cool.
Bumpers fall off now, and quarter panels and stuff. Doors fall off as before. Bumpers and shit couldn't fall off in the last game. And yeah, wheels can fall off. And when cars explode now, they don't actually just turn black. They catch on fire. Whatever areas of them actually caught fire will burn. The rest of them stays the actual body color, which is cool. Because in the last game, they just turned black.
Yeah.
And you can leak fuel now as well. I don't know if the fuel actually runs out if you drive the car normally, but I know you can puncture the gas tank, and then the gas will pour out.
Really? I didn't know that.
No, you didn't know?
Can you catch it on fire?
Yeah, you can catch the trail on it. It works the same as the gas can in the game.
That's cool.
Yeah, so like if you spark on it or whatever, it'll catch fire, and then it'll blow the car up if there's enough gas left in the tank.
Awesome.
But if you...
what if it's driving away? Will it catch up to the car and blow it up?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Hey, look, it's a coyote. There's animals in this game as well. I don't think...
yeah. Have you done hunting?
Done some hunting, yeah. There's a lot of fucking mountain lions or leopards or whatever the hell they are in the game. Cougars.
I think they use the same sounds as Red Dead did.
Possibly.
Red Dead did.
Probably, yeah.
I know the coyotes definitely use the same sound.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a nice nod. There's also a movie that plays. Have you gotten to the movies in this game?
Yeah, there's like a bunch of movies.
Yeah, well, there's one movie that plays that takes shots directly from Red Dead. Like it's done using the Red Dead.
Yeah, what was it, like
game.
the Capiavolo or whatever it was?
Yeah, some foreign shit.
Yeah, they used shots from 4 and Red Dead.
Mm.
Such a fucked up movie. Oh, I guess this car is fucked. Oh, there's rapids. Alright, well, I guess we're going down over the rapids. Okay. Another one. Oh, God damn it. You fucking swim, you idiot. God damn it. I'm trying to go the other way. God damn it. Here, get up on the shore, get up on the shore. There you go. Alright.
So what have we talked about? We've talked about the story, the gameplay, what we liked. What else didn't you like about this game?
I know there was a couple things, and I'll probably remember them when we're done recording, but it did feel short to me.
I felt like it could have been longer, definitely. I felt like there should have been more heists in the game.
Yeah, you should come by.
Yeah.
Bald? You should give him a beard so he looks like Tyler Perry.
Yeah, I shaved his hair off. Just because. I had him with like goatee for a while. I don't see on the other side. But I got rid of everything. Fuck you, downtown cabs. But, yeah. Ninja. So, yeah,
So the heists in the game, they're a big draw to the story, all that. You get to plant. Yeah. They're a big part of the story, and really fun. There's not a lot of them. I think that's a big draw.
I think a lot of their focus has been turned to the online mode. Because there's over 500 missions in the online mode. And they're adding more later. So I think one of the biggest draws, obviously, is the online mode. And another one of the complaints in this game is there's no properties for you to buy. No houses, anyway. I mean, if you go to the map, you have, like, all these areas here. There's, like, bars and shit and cabs and all that kind of stuff. But there's no actual houses for you to buy other than the ones that you're given throughout the story. Which kind of sucks.
Yes.
But from what I know in the online mode, which as of recording date is not out at the moment. But come next week, there's going to be more. I would imagine. I know there's more garages for you to store cars in, so I would imagine there are more houses as well, and apartment buildings and kind of shit like that.
Probably.
But yeah, it's obviously a problem in this game.
Getting back to the heists, they hype it up as this big thing where you get your crew together and you're gonna
the online mode or the single player mode?
Single player mode.
Yeah, okay.
You get your crew together and they're gonna be with you and all that. And you do the first heist and it's successful or it's unsuccessful in one case I know of. And it's like, okay, and the next heist isn't for another while, right? Like a good while.
Those cars ruined.
And I don't think you even get to bring your crew with you on that heist. I think it's just the 3 guys in that heist.
Yeah, so the leveling system for your crew is kind of redundant.
It is. It is, yeah. I think you get like 2 opportunities. That guy you meet in the Life Invader office, the hacker,
Yeah.
I think there's only 2 opportunities to actually use that guy in the whole game. I only remember 2 heists where you can use a hacker. Can you remember any more?
No, there were only 2, and I brought the chick out along with me.
Yeah. I used the girl for the first heist, but I used the guy from Life Invader in the second heist, and it really made no difference.
Yeah, I didn't bother with him because his stats were garbage.
His stats were garbage. But I would have liked to have seen if there were more heists, more opportunities to bring him along, maybe have his skills advance and him become an actual asset to the team rather than just some guy.
Yeah.
Some guy with shitty stats that you'd never use.
I like that there was different dialogue depending on who you brought along, though.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool.
Yeah, like with Packy.
Yeah.
Packy from GTA 4.
Yeah, he makes an appearance depending on if you find him or not.
Yeah. I never found him. I hate myself for not doing it. I feel like I missed out on the game. on part of the game.
Oh, okay.
For not finding him.
Yeah, this is the other thing in the game, too. If you flip your car over, you can easily flip it back over. Doesn't matter. Like, even if it's been flipped over for like 10 seconds, you can just do that. Flip back over again.
You're just pushing up on the ground with your hands.
You can see where the roof is stored. It's pretty cool. Wonder if that still works or not. Oh, yeah, apparently. Oh, apparently it doesn't work. It's broken.
Take that black car. I don't know what it is.
The same one.
I'll take it.
It's the exact same car. I like how they rob cars differently, too. If you noticed earlier when I stole the car as Trevor, he busted the window out.
With his hand.
Franklin just actually opened the door with a... whatever those things are called. Metal things.
And Michael uses his elbow.
Yeah. Fuck the radio.
I got to that last big heist.
Oh, shit.
With the gold bars. And they hype it up as the the last heist in the game. But I was thinking, this isn't nearly enough heists in this game. There must be more afterwards. So this must go wrong somehow or something. But no, that was actually the last heist in the game. I felt disappointed by that. I mean, there are lots of missions, tons of missions. So I understand why the game ended at that point. But, you could have used more... Maybe not more heists, but more heists you could plan. A lot of the heists in this game are kind of planned for you.
Yeah,
I like the fact that you can choose to go in loud or quiet.
Which is, yeah, in some cases makes sense. On other ones, it's sort of like, why would you even bother doing the other option?
Yeah.
So some of it felt redundant to me. Like, it sort of makes you feel like you're doing stuff, but you're actually not. The game is just doing it for you. And then you're like, oh, I'm having fun. So, I mean, it's cool, but it gives a replay value, too, that you can go back and Obviously, he just busted the window out there because it was an awkward position to pick it. But, yeah, it gives you a replay value to go back and try it the other way to see how it would be different.
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't think the outcomes would be much different.
No, they wouldn't, but I think letting you do it your way gives us a certain...
That guy's
I'm not good with words tonight. What the hell? It makes it more personal.
Yeah.
You get a more personal stake in the mission, and when you've chosen how to operate.
Yeah, it makes...
Even though you're only given the option of shooting everybody or not shooting everybody, right?
Yeah. Let's go on the boardwalk here and get Chop to kill some people. I never figured out how to rip bikinis off.
I think you might have to train Chop using the iFruit app.
Yeah, but I don't know how you do it. I thought I fully trained him already.
Oh.
Come on, attack her. There you go. Attack this guy. Yeah, record it with your phone. Record it with your phone.
Haha.
Oh, let's do it. Bad dog, don't do that. $16, you cheapskate. Alright, let's go on the roller coaster. You can actually ride it in this game. The last game was a broken piece of shit. Get in the fucking truck, you stupid dog. There you go. Oh, I got the cops after me.
Yeah, you only killed like 6 people.
That's alright.
There's no worries.
Bitch ass bullshit.
So what would you like to see in terms of DLC?
I don't know. I think like CJ could make an appearance if you're gonna do fanfare.
They're 2 different universes.
Don't really care. He can still show up. I don't care.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that.
No?
I wouldn't like that because they're 2 different universes. If it took place in the same universe as the PS2 era, I wouldn't mind it. I think that would be cool.
I'm not saying that I would enjoy it. You just had possibilities for DLC, and I think that would be fanfare would have CJ show up.
It would be fanfare, yeah.
Like actual DLC, I don't know. Maybe like a bigger thing in North Yankton. I don't know. Maybe well, who played big role character-wise apart from these 3 that had a role in the game?
You should play as Jimmy.
Chop is probably gonna end up going home. Yeah, that's another thing I hate too. When you run upstairs, it automatically turns the corner for you. I hate that.
You don't like that?
No. Because sometimes you don't want to go that way. You're like, you want to do something else, but the guy automatically is like walking in that direction. So this is like Roller Coaster Simulator Tycoon, whatever.
Yeah.
Except it's pretty short.
Except it's short and it's always the same.
Yeah. It's kind of cool, though.
You alluded to it earlier with the female character. I think that would be a really cool addition in DLC. I think...
Oh, yeah.
I think if they added like 2 or 3 new characters and they had a similar story setup with heists, I think a female character would play a really interesting part in terms of, being able to, I don't know, seduce the guard or whatever, right? Yeah. I think that would add a whole new layer, a whole new dynamic with the characters, seduce the guard while this guy slips behind him or something like that.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Like Monaco.
Yeah, yeah.
I think
or maybe just heist DLC. But if you couldn't get these guys for voice acting and all that, make new characters and just add more single player heists.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Have it take place on the other side of the city, or put some missions up north. There's like no missions outside of Los Santos. Almost none, other than in the desert. but there's hardly anything up near Mount Chiliad.
No, not really. There's a lot of areas in the game that you never actually go to or have to go to.
I mean, I kind of like that, but at the same time, I don't like that.
Yeah, and it like there's a whole prison complex, and
there's nothing in there.
You don't do anything in that. There's a whole like a dog track thing. I thought at least there would at least be a mission where you like talk to somebody while you're at the track, but there's none of that.
Honestly, I think a lot of it was designed around the online aspect.
Yeah, probably.
Which is completely legitimate. That's cool, but I think single player could have.
I think a lot of the
been
DLC,
better by including a lot of these things in it.
I think a lot of the DLC we're going to get is going to be for the online mode.
Yeah.
I don't think there's going to be much, and they might come out with like a single player or something or other, but for the most part, I think it's all going to be online stuff. Like it might be new clothes, might be new missions.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems like the most viable option for them right now because it's probably what people are going to be playing the longest. I mean, the only reason I stopped playing GTA 4 online was because this game came out. So, like, that's all I'm going to be playing until the next GTA comes out, for sure.
Well, until next gen comes out.
Well, even still, I'll stop playing whatever it is, Watch Dogs or Forza 5 or Battlefield or whatever the hell comes out next gen to come back and play this. And if they release this again on next gen, then all the more reason to buy it again and 100% it again. Just because it's a fantastic game. There are flaws with it, and I wouldn't give it a 10 out of 10. But well, see, the problems that it does have are small. So I mean, I probably would give it a 10 out of 10 just because it was probably the most enjoyment I've had in a video game in a very long time. And like the story and the progression and the sandbox elements, and I think for that it probably deserves a 10. And but I mean, if you're going for like technical score, obviously it wouldn't get a 10 out of 10 because there's still problems with it.
Yeah. It's definitely one of the prettiest games to date.
Yeah, I don't know how it runs.
No.
At all.
Well, what it's doing is streaming from both the disc and the hard drive at once. That's why you get so many glitches if you install both discs, because it can't read everything at once.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently the PS3 version, like the downloadable version, really suffers because of it.
Oh, like load times and stuff?
Yeah, load times and texture pop in.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's only reading off that hard drive. I don't know what the difference would be if you were running a solid state in a PS3.
Probably not much.
Probably not much because it's not optimized for it, but it might improve it. Might be an improvement, might not.
Okay.
If anybody has tried that, you should let us know.
Oh, that's my favorite car in the game right there. Don't go anywhere. Oh, you asshole. I'm going to shoot you in the face.
Nope.
Damn.
No, you are not.
So bikes can fall apart too.
Yeah, that's cool.
These pedal bikes can. I remember running over a guy on a pedal bike and the wheels blew off of it. And he obviously died, but the bike fell apart.
All the little details in this game, you can really see where all that money went.
Yeah, all of that crazy amount of money,
which they made back instantly.
Yeah.
But see, this type of game isn't viable in most genres, right?
Well, no, because
GTA has the name and the mass appeal.
And that's the only reason it's successful.
Risk.
That's the only reason it's successful.
Absolutely.
Because they know people are going to buy it regardless.
Absolutely.
And that's what makes it so amazing. Because a lot of games they allot their budget for, like if it's a racing game, because this game has racing elements, obviously, then they allot all their budget to, like the car models, the environments, and stuff like that, and then that's their whole budget. They don't have money for the ability. Oh, geez, that was a cop. The ability to get out of your car or whatever, and the ability to walk around, the ability to do other things outside of what the genre is. So the fact that this game sort of has elements from every other genre, like shooting elements, racing elements, like it has sports in it as well, and it does sports very well. The mechanics in this work very well. And like the fact that you can drive your golf cart to the next hole, that works well. Playing tennis, all that kind of stuff. Like it has a mixture of so many things that it just makes it perfect. And the fact that they don't care about their rating, like in a racing game, obviously most of the time you're catering to somebody who's a younger audience, so you're not going to have violence in the game. But in this, if you're going to go racing, it doesn't matter if you run over people on bikes. You you don't see that in car games.
Yeah, they're really pushing the M rating on this one.
Yeah, they really are.
With Trevor's dick and
Trevor's dick in the game,
and that torture scene.
Yeah,
I was surprised when I got to that, because I wasn't expecting to be able to control that.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal.
Yeah,
it was fun though. Not in the respect like, oh, you're mutilating a guy, but the fact that they made that, other games would make that cutscene,
or right? just sort of leave it when Trevor's sticking around to torture him, and then not cut back to him.
They'd allude to it, and then that would be the end of it. But I mean, this game, they didn't pull any punches. They were just like, we're making our game. If you want to stop us from making it, then whatever. But I mean, there's like full brass at the strip club as well, so like, they really like. They were pushing the boundaries of censorship. Stuff they couldn't get away with last gen, they completely and utterly just pushed this time.
Mm-hmm. Yep, definitely.
And the fucking cops in this game.
So out of 10, what would you give this?
I mean, you can call me a fanboy if you want, but I'm a fanboy for good reason. I'd probably give it a 10.
Give it a 10?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think with only giving whole scores, I'd probably give it a 9.
Oh,
this is a fantastic game. It should be played by everybody of age. But I can't give it a perfect score because
what was the major problem with it for you?
The story.
Oh, that was lacking?
It was lacking. It was an incredibly satisfying. It was an incredibly satisfying and well thought out storyline. But it was lacking in certain regards. There wasn't that epic showdown at the end. There wasn't, there wasn't that antagonist that I wanted to see. I mean, I guess you could say Trevor was the antagonist of this one.
It sort of played out the way you wanted it to.
Yeah, but I didn't really feel as strongly about what's his name? I don't even remember his name. The guy at the end, the bad guy.
Yeah, I don't remember his name.
See, you don't remember his name either. He didn't leave a very big impression. I mean, I knew he was a dick. Well, he was a dick from the start.
It wasn't really just him, though. There were a lot of people throughout the game that sort of tried to turn the three of them against each other for, money or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think that was like it. Those people didn't matter. They weren't part of the other than it was them helping each other overcome, their differences, and the fact that, that we want money because we're greedy assholes.
Yeah.
That was really the story. Was just, the only reason those people existed in the game was to help them realize that everyone else is the enemy, not each other.
Yeah. I agree. I know what you're saying. It's just the, as a storyline, I wanted to have that antagonist at the end that you really feel good about getting. And I mean, you do get him. You get 4 of them at the end of the game if you choose a certain ending. Right?
Yeah, and it's just sort of like, let's just kill him and then you're done.
Yeah.
It is a bit sped up and a bit,
It ends abruptly, and I mean, at that point in the game, Michael's storyline is pretty much finished. He's lost his family, and he's got him back. Everything's pretty much, hunky-dory in terms of his life. They've got the big score. They got all the money they need. They can retire or do whatever they want now. And then it just ends, and it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of expected.
Well, I didn't.
Even though you can choose to kill either Michael or Trevor at the end.
It seems like a redundant ending, though.
What do you mean?
Well, I didn't really see any appeal to kill the other one. Like,
no,
you're not made out to be an enemy by anybody else throughout the rest of the game. So it's like, why? Yeah. Why would I kill Trevor? Why would I kill Michael? It just seemed a bit stupid. They tried to make the Death Wish option feel like it was going to be impossible.
What would have been really nice was, in terms of how you played the game, up to that point, you were given different choices. See that, I don't know. It's hard to say. Like, if there were certain missions in the game which were optional, you could do them or you couldn't do them. They did this in GTA 4. You were given an option on, I should let this guy live or not.
But they were redundant.
They were redundant in that game, but one of the guys came back at the end, or and at the end of GTA 4.
Oh shit!
Nice. At the end of GTA 4, you can take the money, or you can go kill Dimitri, and either Kate dies or Roman dies.
Yeah.
At the end, that was cool because the mission was right after, but you didn't see that coming at all. In this game, it's on your phone. Do you want to kill Michael? Do you want to kill Trevor? Or do you want to do the Death Wish? And the Death Wish is obviously, well, everybody dies except for the cool guys because we're all going to live and be happy. I mean, I didn't think twice about having to kill anyone else. I was like, instantly Death Wish, because that's obviously the ending you're supposed to go with.
Yeah, well,
right?
And also because there's an achievement that I didn't have that requires all three of them being together.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, well, obviously I'm not going to do that.
Anyway, I'm saying I'm judging the game based on what I would have wanted to see, and that's not entirely fair. But I think if there were certain missions in the game that you could, choose the outcome of, say I want to let this guy live or not, or I want to steal this money from another character or whatever, maybe you were given an option at the end of the game, like, okay, Trevor's actually out for Michael's family at this point through all your decisions. Now what are you going to do, bitch? Right?
Yeah, and that
makes
cool,
the decision a lot harder. Right?
Yeah, if there were consequences to either.
Yeah, there aren't any real consequences in this game.
Yeah.
And it's really not that type of game anyway. It's it's a TV show for all intents and purposes.
Yeah.
Right? It's Breaking Bad, or it's The Wire, like I said. Where it's gonna happen, you're just watching it.
Yeah.
Which is cool, but
I like
it
that
gives
they
you
didn't
just
drag it
enough
out.
choice in the game where you want just a little bit more, and it's not there. And because of that, and because of the lack of heists, the lack of meaningful heists that you can plan out, that's why I dropped the score to a 9 instead of a 10. The gameplay itself and the driving and all that, tons of fun. I love it. I don't really play this game for the huge open story. I wanted to play this game for the really cool storyline.
Yeah, I don't think they needed to innovate. I mean, I know what you're saying, and it would have been cool if they had done that, had they gone that route. But, I mean, this is an 80s game. This feels like the music is obviously 80s inspired. So, I mean, it's got sort of that 80s storyline where the hero's going to win anyway. So, I just kind of look at it that way, where it's like, it's just GTA, the hero's going to win, everything's going to be awesome at the end.
Yeah.
Because it's got to be open-ended. You don't want the main character to die, because you still want to do shit after the game.
It didn't have that twist. It didn't have the twist at the end.
I don't think it. Well, I mean, I know what you're saying, but I don't think it needed it. I felt like I'm glad they sort of said their piece and then, get the fuck out of the way, stupid people, and then just ended it. Like they had all their cool missions and they had their falling out. And then they sort of got back together again, and then sort of at the end of the game, even past the end of the game, they're still sort of just, saying they're sorry for whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm glad they didn't milk it, because that seems to be the problem with most Rockstar games. I mean, I know people probably disagree with me. You probably disagree with me.
Yeah. I already know what you're going to say, and I disagree with you.
What, that Red Dead was too long?
Yeah.
Yeah, Red Dead was too long.
It dragged. The only part I think it dragged was in Mexico.
Yeah, well, it got to the point where, and even in GTA 4, it kind of felt a little bit like it, where you just get to the point where you're doing a mission where you drive to point A, kill a bunch of dudes, then lose the police, or whatever if you're playing Red Dead.
But see, that didn't happen. That didn't happen too much in this game,
because they
the real problem in this game is it does everything so well that you just want a little bit more out of it. I think that's the biggest.
So you're nitpicking, basically.
I am. I totally am, and I think I'm allowed to. Because
Yeah.
I like this game so much.
The fuck is that thing up there? Is it a parachute?
This is a fantastic game, like we've said.
The fuck is that?
Play this game. Look at this. You can't do this in most games. You can't go up to some big fucking mountain and just do stuff.
What did I just pick up?
It's
Tracked? What the fuck is a tracked?
for the...
There's no achievement there.
No, it's not an achievement.
And it's not
Who's that for? Who's the cult in this game?
fucking Epsilon.
Yeah, I think it's for them.
Oh. I didn't know about those.
You collect all the tracks and you get something or whatever.
Whatever, I already killed a bunch of them and stole their money, so. Job done. Yeah, so the problems with this game is nitpicking.
It is. It absolutely is. There are no big inherent flaws in this game. This is as close to a perfect game as I've ever played.
Yeah, which is why I gave it a 10, just because it was so fun. It's probably going to blow up. I don't want it to blow up. I want it to roll down the hill and be epic. It's going to explode. Yep. I wish that happened less.
What? I say perfect game, but not a perfect story. That's
I
why
think the
dropped
story was really good. I think,
Oh, the story's fantastic. Don't get me wrong. It just could have been better.
Yeah, I think it was a good length. I mean, overall, it was probably, side missions included, it was about a 40-hour game for me.
I think I did it in 30.
Yeah, I did a lot of screwing around on the side. Well, as much of it as I could. It's still being fairly fast. I mean, I beat it in like 2 or 3 days, so.
I'm definitely going to go back and play through it again. Probably more than once.
Yeah, I would definitely go back and play this more than once as well.
Because it really is something everybody
Every
should
mission
play. Like, we can't stress that enough. You should play this, but since
every
you're
mission
watching
is
this,
fun.
you probably already have.
That's why this game is awesome, though, because every mission is something fresh and is something.
It is. You don't
different.
get the mission where, all right, go kill this guy, then escape the cops. Like, there's a couple missions like that, or
Yeah, but there's
right.
like
But
there's twists
almost every
and-
mission in this game feels like it's meaningful.
Yeah, fucking deer.
Like even the heist planning missions. Okay, we got to get this fire truck because we're gonna need it on the heist. So go get the fire truck. All right.
Yeah, and then that's like part of like the heist prep is really cool.
Yeah.
Because you do feel like you're making an influence. I just wish for like the missions where you got to leave a vehicle, it would tell you where the heist is gonna take place.
Yeah.
Because it's like you need to.
Yeah,
park...
I ended up leaving the escape car like all the way across the city.
Yeah. Like, leave a vehicle in a discrete location. It's like, alright, well, where the fuck are we doing the heist at? I don't know where it is. So you park a car like 2 miles away from where you're doing the heist. And then you gotta drive there with cops on you for like a half an hour. And like, 5 miles in this game is a long distance. 5-6 miles. I think the longest distance you can drive is like 8 miles. Like from point A to point B. Obviously you can drive longer than that.
Yeah.
But from the furthest point to the furthest point is close to 8 miles, I think.
Oh.
I mean, it's not a massive game, but it feels massive when you got to drive 8 miles every freaking time you're going across the map.
Yeah.
So
is this island San Andreas in this universe?
is the island San Andreas?
Is this island the state
No.
in this universe?
No.
No?
No.
Then what is this island?
Los
Called?
Santos.
No, the city is Los Santos.
Well, I don't know what the island is called.
I think the island is San Andreas.
But where's San Fierro and Las Venturas?
I think they're separate things.
No, I don't think they're included in the state. Because, I mean, like...
I think San Andreas is the state of California in terms of GTA.
Well... I don't know what it's called. I know that down here is Los Santos and up here is Blaine County.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the island is called.
Through the game, I got the impression that this is the new San Andreas. Like, this island is San Andreas, and the other cities exist, but they're in separate states and all that.
Oops.
That's the impression I got.
I guess. I never really thought about it that way. I just sort of assumed that everywhere else is not part of the places that you can go. This is just sort of like Los Santos and Blaine County.
Yeah.
And now we're fucked. Oh, maybe not. Oh, I think I drove in the wrong entrance. Fuck the radio. Some good stuff on the radio, but
yeah, I like the music in this game. It's really, really good. Definitely better soundtrack than GTA 4.
Yeah, there wasn't
GTA
many.
4 had some pretty good songs on it and all that, but this one's got a lot more memorable songs, recognizable songs, and.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's tanks after me now because I'm in Fort Zancudo. I'm fucked in about 2 seconds. Oh, he missed me somehow. This is like Area 69.
Take that plane.
Yeah, I'm not getting. Oh, yeah, I'm already dead.
Ah. Anyway, I think that does it for this episode. Thank you for what?
We're gonna end with that.
You dying?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
You want to try like one last big thing and then we'll end it?
What do you want to try?
I want to get into Fort Zancudo and steal something.
You were just there and you failed miserably.
Yeah, but I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna call a cab so we can be quick about it. Alright, I'll call a cab. I'm gonna steal something. We're gonna steal something from Zancudo and then we'll end the video.
I need a cab. Not a problem.
So the cab's on his way.
Alright, thanks.
And I own the cab company, so it'll be free.
Alright.
So now I'm gonna go to... Oh, I could have just fucking walked there. Yeah. Well, fuck the cab. I'll call him again when I get done with the fucking... I don't know if pressing the triggers in this game does anything.
It doesn't.
I do it anyway, just because it did in the last game.
What was your absolute favorite part of this game? If you had to pick one thing, what was your favorite part?
I would have to think on it, but the part that sticks out of my mind is sort of like the Gone in 60 Seconds bit where you gotta collect those cars for that dude. That sort of section of the game was kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it was, all car based.
Yeah.
And yeah, so but I mean I don't think that was the best part of the game. That was just fun.
Well, what was your favorite part?
Probably like the setup of the first heist was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Because it was different. It felt different than GTA games did. Or have. I mean, there was a heist mission in the last game, but it wasn't really a heist mission. It was just sort of...
Well, it was a heist mission.
Yeah, but it wasn't really set up.
It's what this game was made because of.
Well, yeah, but you had a lot less... I don't think I've seen that car before. Have I?
You got any cabs
Oh, yes, I have.
available? I'm sending one out. Cool.
You didn't really have much of an influence on the last one. You just sort of like went into the bank and
No,
shot people,
but it was definitely the best mission in the game.
Oh yeah, sure. I don't know. Well, what was your maybe your answer will help me remember the game.
My favorite part of this game?
Yeah, what was your favorite part?
Probably Trevor's dick.
Trevor's penis.
No. My favorite part of the game. I can't even think. Cannot even think. I should have probably thought of mine before I asked you. Hey.
Well, I mean, you did like the first bit at North. Why are the cops already after me? I'm not even in there yet. Fucking my armor's completely gone already. Oh, he was inside of it? You fucking idiot taxi driver. He went inside and then dropped me off. Fucking idiot. Well, I'm fucked already.
What's the town up north called?
North Yankton.
North Yankton.
It's not really north though. It's over to the east. Actually,
Yeah.
it's over to the west.
Yeah, whatever.
It's like a fictional North Dakota.
Yeah. That was probably my favorite part of the game.
Oh, going back there?
Yeah.
I love the lighting from the stained glass on the ground. And that part.
Yeah. Well, that whole story bit. The tension between Trevor and
How do you get in
Michael.
this plane? How do you get in this plane? Oh wow, punching at the door opened it. Good military security. What the fuck? Apparently there was people on it. Alright, so I guess... I think that's good enough to end on. There's people inside those massive Hercules planes, whatever they are, airships. Gunships. I don't know if it's a gunship. I think it's just a cargo plane. Anyway, yeah, so... to answer our question, favorite parts of the game, yours was up in North Yankton, going back there.
Yeah, going back and that standoff, and then the cemetery fight, which is a total Easter egg to Max Payne fans.
Yeah.
Max Payne 3 fans.
I don't know. I don't know what my favorite part was. I guess I didn't really have a favorite part. I loved the whole game. There isn't really much of the game that sticks out of my mind as being, like, clearly badass. I mean, a lot of it was.
Yeah.
But I love the car bits just because, you know, the music on the radio, some of the songs on the radio are so
Other really cool bit were the FIB characters from GTA 4. So Michelle, I forget her real name.
Yeah, I don't know.
And that dude with the glasses, do you remember him in GTA 4? He was a question mark on the map. You went there and he wouldn't tell you his name, but he knew all about you. And
Don't remember.
I think he was like a newspaper guy or whatever. Anyway, he's the FBI guy. And in this game, he's also some big guy, but he's no real character at all. He's some obviously important guy in the FIB, but he's just there in the background. And in a big shootout later in the game, he's just some dude shooting at you, so you blow his brains out. And he was like a big player in the last game, but you just shot him like a bitch in this one. It's awesome.
You know what my favorite part of this game is, actually?
What?
The lighting.
The lighting?
Yeah, look at the lighting.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of parts in this game is like, that's real. Like, geometry-wise, it's not much better than the last game, but the lighting is phenomenal in this game. The lighting is everything. And I mean, like, the reflections and shit, like, you look at the back of the car, you can see what you're passing.
Yeah.
And then, like, the sound.
This game is going to look phenomenal on PC.
Oh, yeah. So, hurry up and release that, Rockstar.
Quick DLC thing. I think one of the best things they could do DLC-wise is bring Liberty City over into online.
Liberty City?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then...
Because it's already modeled. They got to bring over the lighting and all that.
Yeah, they'd have to change the
But
lighting.
they've already got the geometry and the world. They just have to set it up so we can fly there when we need to in the online aspect.
Yeah. That'd be kind of cool.
In my eyes, that's the obvious route for DLC, for online DLC in this game.
Would it really be necessary? Like,
Absolutely not, but it would be amazing if you could be in this game and go to the airport and buy a ticket to Liberty City.
That'd be like a 20 gig download for DLC.
Yeah, it would. It would.
Because the last game.
And if
was
Rockstar
massive.
wants to be really cool, if you've got a save game of GTA 4, or you've got GTA 4 on your gamer tag or your PSN, whatever, you get a discount on the DLC, like a $5 discount or something. That would be cool. But I think that's the obvious route for them. The second I saw the Liberty City and they said that it was this planned thing starting with GTA 5, starting with Los Santos, I was like, well, they're definitely doing Liberty City now as well. They're definitely bringing that over.
Oh, what, they talked about Liberty City?
No, they didn't, but they said that they were starting GTA Online with GTA 5.
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah, well, you're definitely going to keep doing this. I'd say after GTA Online comes out with, next week, I think the next installment may very well be its own thing.
Oh, I would say it is. And
aside from the main GTA games, GTA Online might be its own title.
Yeah, and hopefully it never becomes... Well, hopefully they don't charge shit for it.
Yeah.
Because, monthly fees and all that stuff, like, even if it was a GTA Online, I wouldn't pay monthly for it.
Alright, well, say if you pay, you get all kinds of extra shit.
Yeah, if they gave me $50 worth of content every month, then yeah, I probably would, but they're not. You just get to keep playing the game. which is not worth it. Oh, I got a guy chasing me. So
I agree with you. I think a monthly charge is stupid.
our verdict: MMOs suck. At least ones that you got to pay per month. Another thing we didn't talk about in this game is the water.
Oh yeah, water's awesome.
Yeah, the water is phenomenal in this game. You can dive into the water too, but I couldn't because it wasn't high enough. And your clothes get wet.
Yeah.
So. And even though the game feels small, like a lot of... What are you fucking... Oh, I got the wrong button. You can... a lot of the game is underwater. Because, I mean, there's like... The Alamo Sea, which is the area I'm in now. All that underwater, and then all the areas around it underwater.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a lot of area of game that they modeled that you don't ever really see.
Yeah. No, it's great. The first time you go underwater, it's mind-blowing how cool it is.
Yeah, like the rays that come in through.
Was the mission with Michael when you gotta swim to the boat to get Tracy, was that the first time you were underwater?
I don't think I was underwater for that mission.
No, you dive from the pier. The
Pierre.
The pier. You're
I was
cycling
briefly
with,
underwater.
You're cycling with Jimmy. And
I remember the mission. I don't think I was underwater for very long. I think I was underwater before that.
Oh.
I think
No, that was the first time I went underwater. I was like, holy shit, this is cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of wrecks and stuff from a lot of the submarining that I've been doing. There's a lot of plane wrecks and there's a lot of pickups and stuff that you can get.
Yeah.
And there's not a whole lot of stuff like originally wise, but there's like
you can find a lot of weapons and stuff.
Yeah, there's weapons and body armor and money and stuff. There's a couple of money cases that you can get. But I don't know, we said we were going to end, so I mean that's pretty much the game.
That is the game. We've talked for what, an hour and 15 minutes?
Yeah.
I think, well, less than that.
Yeah, so
like an hour. We talked for an hour.
Yeah.
So I think we've covered everything without going into, story specific, like, I mean, we've spoiled the hell out of it.
Yeah.
But without playing the missions, we've covered pretty much everything.
I think we did a good job dissecting it, though.
I think we did.
Probably pissed off a lot of people, but whatever.
What do you mean pissed off?
Well, because we didn't give it I gave it a 10 out of 10, but we did shit on it a little bit. I know.
Yeah.
People like.
You wouldn't want to watch this if we were just like, yeah, this game is so good. This is just such
That's
a good
what everyone
game.
expects, though.
I love this game. This is so good. Do you like how this happens? I love this. This is a good game.
That's what everyone expects. It's GTA. Everyone's Jesus. What was that? A GTA fanboy. So it's like, GTA is the holy grail, which I completely agree with. But it doesn't mean that it's, can't have problems. Hey, I'm gonna steal your bike.
You're really a terrible human.
You were gonna get on the bike range with me. Nope.
He just called you a terrible human being.
That's alright. I stole his bike.
Anyway, folks, that does it.
Yep.
Join us next week when we play more games and talk about them. And will probably be more funny than this episode because this isn't really a normal episode.
Yep.
So, thanks.